A toilet bowl has no drain hole at the bottom. If it did, the water sitting in it right now would have already run out. What actually empties the bowl is closer to sucking a drink through a straw than anything falling through a hole. Every flush is a tiny, perfectly engineered siphon, and most people have never noticed. Look at any toilet bowl before you flush it. There's always a pool of water sitting at the bottom, the same level every single time. A sink doesn't do that. A bathtub doesn't do that. So why does a toilet hold onto water on purpose? And how does flushing make that same water, plus everything in it, disappear in about 3 seconds? The popular guess is that the swirl does it. That spinning vortex you see when you flush is what drags everything down, the same way a draining bathtub spins faster near the end. That's backwards. The swirl is real, but it's just the rim jets aiming water sideways to rinse the bowl clean. It's not the engine. Cut the swirl entirely, and the toilet would still flush because the real force lives somewhere you can't even see, inside the curved pipe at the back of the bowl. That curved pipe is called the trapway, and it's shaped like a sideways S, similar to the bent pipe under a bathroom sink. Because of that bend, water can never drain past the highest point of the curve. It just sits there, sealed in place by gravity, all the way up to that hump. That standing water is doing a real job. It's a plug blocking sewer gas from drifting back up into your bathroom. The bowl holds water on purpose because the trap demands it. Here's the trick. When you flush, the tank dumps a fast, heavy rush of water into the bowl all at once. Far more than a slow trickle, and often through a dedicated jet hole aimed straight into the mouth of the trapway. That sudden flood fills the trapway completely, with no air gaps anywhere in the bend. The moment a pipe is completely full of water on both sides of a hump, atmospheric pressure on the bowl side pushes harder than the air on the far side can hold back, and the whole column starts moving as one. Water gets pulled up over the hump and shoved down the drain. That pulling action is a siphon. The exact same physics as starting a fuel line by sucking on a hose or a drinking straw with your thumb sealing the top. The bowl isn't draining through a hole. It's being sucked empty by air pressure doing the work on its behalf. A siphon only works as long as the pipe stays completely full of water with no air sneaking in. As the bowl empties, the water level drops, and eventually air finds a way into the top of the trapway's curve. The instant air breaks that unbroken column, the siphon collapses, the vacuum is gone, gravity takes back over, and the rushing stops almost immediately. That sudden silence after the roar is the siphon dying, right on schedule. With the siphon broken, gravity quietly takes the last word. A small fill tube keeps trickling water into the bowl, and it has nowhere to go once it reaches the hump of the trapway again. So it pools there, recreating that same standing seal for next time. Meanwhile, inside the tank, a flow-controlled fill valve is doing its own refill, watching the water rise and shutting itself off at a fixed level the instant the float reaches it. So the tank is fully loaded, quiet, and ready for the next flush within about a minute. So a toilet doesn't drain, it siphons. A bent pipe holds a permanent plug of water to keep sewer gas out. A fast rush from the tank fills that pipe completely and triggers a brief, powerful siphon, and the whole thing resets itself the moment the air gets back in. No swirl required. No magic hole. Just a clever use of atmospheric pressure that's been quietly working in bathrooms for over a century. If you'll never flush without thinking about that for at least a second, that's the whole point of this channel. Stick around, we keep cutting things open.